Okay, let's go. Another day, another app. Hi guys, welcome to Just a Small Cap. If you're new here, welcome. I'm your host Oz, and if you're a regular, welcome back. You know the drill. The only thing filtered here is our coffee. So today I actually have a very nice hot latte with me. Make sure you comment down below what you're drinking while listening to this pod. I'm very interested to know your preferred beverage and what you like to drink. I'm constantly looking for like new recommendations, new places to go and try out coffee, matcha, anything really. So if you guys have any places for me to visit, please let me know because I want to go. Okay, so I I just want to be completely honest and raw this podcast app. I had a lot of topics that I wanted to talk about, and I was like, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that, I want to talk about, you know, the latest goss and whatnot. But I think I just want to be really raw and honest in this podcast episode um, because I've been going through this mentally challenging month and I've had a lot of time to think and um, really try to understand where I'm heading with this podcast and what I'm doing with it, and how to really not over exhaust myself in a lot of ways. By the way, I am just recovering from a flu at the moment, so I do sound very congested and nasally. I do apologize. It is definitely not ideal, but if you hear me sniffling a few times or I sound too congested, that is the reason. Again, this episode is audio only. I am not filming a video, and that is something that I will be discussing in this podcast episode as well. But yeah, I just want to get straight into it, and I just want to be honest with you guys because my tagline with this podcast is the only thing filtered here is our coffee. I don't want to dance around things, and I don't want to um BS with my audience. That's not how I want to build my audience. I want to be real, raw, and emotional with you guys. So, um, I just want to start off with that this year has been one of the best years of my life. And I'm not saying this lightly. It has been the most rewarding year of my life. I've done 2 workshops, I've been on a podcast, I've done interviews, I've been to events, I've gotten a new job, I finally let go of my old toxic job. I lost friendships, but I built the most amazing friendships out of, you know, letting go of old friendships. I built new friendships. My friendships with my friends became a lot closer. I've started working out. I've started eating better. I've started taking care of my mental health. I mean, I've done a lot in the past 11 months. We're in November now. I've done a lot. And um I am so extremely proud of myself because it's taken me a long time to get here. And the one thing I've always wanted to do was obviously build my confidence and grow and build my career. And it's happening slowly, slowly but surely. But this is the best I've ever been. Thank God. My mental health has been a lot better. And yeah, I feel really confident and really good about myself. I really do. And that's something I'm very, very proud of. I've started this podcast. Oh my God, I forgot to mention that. Like, it was something that I've always wanted to start. However, I've had my challenges, and as much as I hate admitting, I struggle. I struggle a lot. And Alex and I were actually having this conversation, and Alex is someone that I am so appreciative of. She's helped me in so many different things. She's made me want to be more creative and really push myself. And she's helping me with this podcast. And I don't know how to repay her, honestly. Um, she's spent hours and hours editing my videos, making sure that she understands my vision of my podcast. And she's helped me so much. And a special shout out to her. And, um, her and I were having this conversation, and she said to me, she was like, "Are you tired? Like, you're just tired, aren't you?" I was like, "I'm so exhausted." And I've built up this perception where I'm like, I want everyone to think that I am a boss ass bitch, right? I literally want people to think that I am like this strong figure and that I am this, I don't know, like the strong figure that doesn't need help, that can do everything herself. Like, I've literally built this image, but at the end of the day, I am human and I'm not subhuman and I'm not an alien, and my mental capacity can only take so much. Um, so yeah, I am exhausted, and it is one of those things where, as a society, I think we've kind of gotten to that point where like you can't be tired, and it's like, well, you have to keep working to reach your goals, and it's like, yeah, but I can only do so much in a day, and I can only take so much in a day. And I'm not only juggling content creation and this podcast, I'm juggling a 9 to 5 and a personal life. And I think that in itself is extremely hard. And that's like a whole nother thing. But I don't think people realize how hard content creation and uh, social media is. It's extremely difficult, and it takes up a lot of your mental capacity. It really does. But anyway, so yeah, when Alex and I were talking about this, I was like, dude, I'm exhausted. And we really like, she was like my therapist on Saturday while we were talking. And she's like, do you want to do this podcast? I was like, absolutely, I want to do it, but I don't want to see it as a chore either. And I felt this happening when I was doing my fashion stuff like really seriously last year. And I remember one of my friends said to me at my old workplace, said to me, "You need to take a step back." And I was like, why? Like, I like what I'm doing. Why would I need to take a step back? And he was like, no, you need to take a step back because you're literally hating what you're doing. And I was like, oh God, really? Like, I never even thought that, you know? Um, but people can see it around you. As much as you try hiding it, and as much as you're like, oh my God, people can't see that I'm exhausted. No, you are exhausted. And when you like sit back and like think about it, you're just like, oh my God, I actually am. And I think it's happening with this podcast. And because I'm putting so much mental energy and focus on it, I think what's happening is that it's not like resenting, because I don't want to say resenting, but I think I'm seeing it more as a chore. And I'm being completely honest, and I don't want to like BS anybody. Be like, oh my God, everything is so like happy go lucky, like rainbows and cotton candy. Like, it's not, right? This podcast is supposed to be my outlet to let things out, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. But I think because like with my fashion page, it's like I can post whatever and I'll get the likes and I'll get the comments, and I'm not saying that to like praise myself, but it's just easy, right? For me, fashion is second nature to me. Podcasting isn't. This is a whole new territory for me. So yes, my all of my energy is in this. I just want to constantly be the best. And I think I'm also comparing myself to other people, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I want to be exactly like Alex Cooper, for example." But it's like, no, but she also started from somewhere. So I need to like take a step back and reevaluate why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for the fame, and I'm not doing this for the money. Those are like the least of my worries. Do I want to get there one day? Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, who wouldn't want to monetize off talking all day? You know, I want to be that person. I want to eventually make this my career, podcasting and my fashion stuff. But I also have to be 100% in love with the work that I'm doing and also prioritize my mental health while I'm doing all of this stuff. So, yeah, that conversation with Alex really pulled me back. And I was like, okay, all right, well, I need to reevaluate how I'm structuring this podcast without hurting my mental health and still having a personal life and still juggling my 9 to 5 and doing my fashion stuff. And her and I came up with like a few ideas on what to do. And I think one of the things that I will be switching to is just audio. So I will be just doing audio for the time being until I am set with a studio or have a set place, because right now I am under renovations. We've been under renovations for nearly a year. And God bless my dad and my brother. They are literally renovating the whole house themselves. And right now they're doing the bathrooms. Now, the problem is that it's a one-story home, right? And there's a lot of noise that comes in and out of this house. I have electricians that come in. I've got plumbers that are coming in. It is extreme, and obviously there's no excuse, but it is extremely difficult to be able to film something and make it the best quality and, you know, talk freely and be loud and be open. And it's hard doing that when you're under renovations. And honestly, having a studio in this economy, God, it's expensive, right? Like, I'm talking like hundreds and thousands of dollars just to have a studio. No, like, I do want to have a studio. Trust me, I do want to have a studio, but right now, we're going into December anyways. My plan is that in January, I will be looking for like a studio somewhere I can go consistently and film. I have a few places in mind, and that, I'm going to be contacting them. I want to have more people on this podcast. It's not possible when I have also people coming in and out of this house. My weekends of with renovations and noise and sound, and it is extremely difficult. So I love the video feel. I love being able to sit in front of a camera. I have my coffee and you're watching me literally have coffee with you. I want that. I want to be able to build that connection with my audience. However, I can't do that while I have so much happening in my house. So from now on, I'll be focusing on audio, and I think that will also help my mental health because it's just a little easier and I can navigate through that. And, you know, it's just easier to edit, whatnot. At least I'm giving you guys content and it's consistent. And I'm not taking like a month gap and then putting out a podcast episode. Do you know what I mean? I really want to be able to build my audience, and I need to do that with consistency. That is how social media works. I mean, I am in that field, I know how it works, but I think I had to hear it from Alex and I had to hear it from my friends, and be held accountable. And now that I'm being held accountable, I'm like, okay, I really need to focus on um, trying to balance things, but also trying to take things a little bit off my plate and make it a little bit easier for me too, because this podcast is my baby and I want to nurture it as much as possible. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody understands how much I have put love and effort into this podcast. I have. And I think this is also me realizing that the things that I wanted were just unattainable, and I have to just find other things to kind of like um make it better in my own way. Like, I don't have to follow other people's paths. Like, I think I had this like goal in my mind and I was like, yeah, I'm going to hit thousands of followers in this time frame and whatever, but it's like, no, hold on. Or like even with like a studio, like, no, hold on. Like, we don't have the budget for that. Like, let's calm down. And I think I really wanted everything so quickly and so fast because with my fashion stuff, it's been like that. But no, it doesn't happen that quickly. So I think this whole journey with this podcast has learnt me, it has learnt me, has taught me to just take it slow and to take it easy, and that not everything's going to happen that quickly. I was definitely being unrealistic with my goals. I think that's my biggest lesson. I think with anything, to be honest, you can't. I'm someone that's very delusional. I am. I'm the most delusional person you'll ever meet in your life. But when it comes to business, yes, it's good to be delusional, but you also have to be realistic. And I think this is one of the things where I'm like, I need to be realistic. Now, I kind of went on a tangent, but yes, I will be doing just audio. I will still be on YouTube. I'll still be on Spotify. And I'm looking to be on Apple Podcasts because I know so many people listen on there also. So I will be doing that. I might put up my podcast on SoundCloud. I'm trying to figure it out. But yes, I'm thinking about putting it on Apple Podcast as well. Um, that's that. Oh, right. More content ideas. So now that I'm basically switching to just audio, my biggest plan is to do obviously more content on my Instagram and TikTok. Now, if you're on my Instagram and TikTok, or you found me on there, I post basically it's like my shit posting account. I just post whatever I feel like. I'm not like it looks really curated, but when you watch my reels, I'm literally like dressed up as like a vampire and I'm just like doing a reel that's like really funny, like a sound bite or whatever. It's not a page that I take myself too seriously. And I think I want to focus on making more videos and making more content on there that's like relatable, that um I don't know, it's just funny and fun. Actually, my biggest inspiration is Kazi. She is like one of the sweetest human beings ever. I met up with her last week Thursday and we were just chilling and we are just talking about like content and whatnot. And she's so sweet. And her content really inspires me. I really want to have her on this podcast one day because she's an ultimate fangirl. And her content is just amazing. She literally just films like so many videos and stuff and then she'll just like put them out there, but they're like not serious and they blow up. And honestly, it's not about blowing up. I don't really care about going viral. It's great if I go viral. That's not my point. But the my point is that she just posts things that are like relatable, that are fun, that are exciting, and she doesn't care who sees it, who doesn't see it, whatever. Like she's just a fun person. And yeah, she's one of my biggest inspirations. So I really want to do content like that. I just want to bring like fun vibes. I think when you look at my fashion account, and if you don't know it, this is a shameless plug, but it's at rose.styling. The rose has a Z instead of an S. Um, Um, but yeah, like my styling account is so serious. Like all my stories and stuff, I'm pretty fun. But like when you look at my overall page, it's pretty serious. It's very like content creator vibes. I don't want to be an influencer on there, but it's very content creator vibes. And yeah, I just that page is way too serious. Whereas like my podcasting account, I just want it to be like a shit posting account. Like I don't really care. Like I want it to kind of give Joe Jonas vibes. He's literally on crack lately. I don't know what's going on with him. Anyway, but if you look at his accounts, like his TikTok account, for example, he literally just like shit posts. Like he's just the funniest guy ever. So yeah, I just want fun vibes on my podcast page, whether it's on Instagram or it's on TikTok. I mean, yeah, wait, whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on TikTok. God, I'm like losing my mind. I'm like high on medication, you guys. Cold and flu tablets have basically saved my life. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at with that. I just, I want this podcast to be a safe place for people to just like come and be honest. And that's what I'm trying to build. And it is difficult and it's not easy, as I've mentioned like 10 times. Um, I'm trying to navigate it the best way I possibly can. And like when I was talking to Alex about this, she was like, why don't you just talk about this on your podcast? And I was like, I should. Like, I really want to, but I have this fear of being weak. And it's like my biggest fear that people think I'm weak. And I don't know why or what trauma has basically caused this, but I'm like, I don't want to seem weak to people. I want to be strong. I want to be known as this like boss bitch energy, but it's like, well, not everything's like that, unfortunately. And really, I have to be realistic and I have to like own up to the fact that I'm just a sensitive girl. I'm just a girl. So, yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Um, it might also be like the end of the year thing. It might be like the blues at the end of the year or something. I really don't know, but I am exhausted. But I hope I can make things a lot more consistent for you guys. And like, I don't know, I just want to be real and honest and unfiltered. You know, I just want to be real with you guys. You guys are like going to be my family from now on. So anyway, I'm going to end this podcast here, this podcast episode. Um, I want to talk about pop culture, but I think like I really need to get my shit together. I think that's like my first thing, but also it's like pop culture is like irrelevant to me at the moment. Like there's so many things happening, but it's not as like I don't know. It's just not something that I really want to talk about this time. I think like I wanted to just do this podcast episode to just be real and raw with you guys, and I think I have basically um, conveyed how I feel and been honest. So, thank you so much for listening to me just rant and ramble about being a privileged content creator. First world problems, right? I love what I do, and I hope I can bring bigger and better content for you guys because you guys deserve that. You know, I have like this little community, and I love it so much, and I appreciate it so much. So, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Hopefully, I come back soon. Again, I keep saying I'm going to come in 2 weeks. Let's just see how we go, okay? I'm going to try doing this consistent thing. I swear. Um, I'm going to be better, I promise. And I'm going to get my mental health in check. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you comment down below what beverage you've had during this podcast. My latte has now gone cold, unfortunately. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. You can listen to me on Spotify and on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and like on those accounts as well. And I will catch you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.